they poppin', it's a takeover. Tell them the lane's closed. Way before I flooded the chain, my sky was flooded with rain. No matter how much I put in.
Yo gang, it's your boy Nathan back again with another reaction video. Today we're reacting to Kendrick Lamar. This one's called 616 in LA. Of course it is a diss track towards Drake. This is of course Kendrick Lamar having a little back-to-back moment. The last record, Euphoria, went super crazy and I believe it had the most streams within a day on Spotify. Within the whole year, so shout out to Kendrick on that one. A lot of people are still dissecting the lyrics from that song because a lot of the bars went over everybody's head. I feel like the way that Kendrick Lamar has actually approached his clash is very, very, very calculated, and I'm worried because I feel like he's actually just luring Drake into just crashing out, because I feel like Drake has to respond very quickly, and I feel like I do honestly feel like, and I'm not being biased, I feel like Kendrick's got a lot more dirt on Drake than Drake has on Kendrick. And that's just purely comes down to Drake just having more of his business on the internet. Like, we don't really know much about Kendrick if we're keeping it a buck. But regardless, we're going to get straight into this reaction. Make sure you hit out the subscribe button. We're so close to 20,000 subscribers. Let's get into this. Gang. It's that time, man. I gotta get ready to take in some of these bars, man, because you know some of this stuff's gonna go over my head again. Of course, I'm on social media and I'm hearing that this one is produced by Taylor Swift's producer, I believe, and Drake's last diss track, which had the AI Snoop and Pac verse, was called Taylor Made. So this track being produced by Taylor Swift's producer is ironic.
Yeah, it's survival.
Yeah?
Survival.
Let's go, Kenny.
I think somebody lying. Smell somebody lying. I don't see no fire.
Okay.
Off-white Sunseeker had the marina.
Yo, beat sounds crazy. I feel like Kendrick's gonna be barring on this. Let me pull it back.
Off-white Sunseeker had the marina. Fuck a phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. Wine cooler, spill on my white t-shirt, the sightseer. Trifecta, money, morals, and culture. That's my leisure, my visa. Passport tatted, that's your hub in Ibiza. Luke Cali's dwellings in Brooklyn just to book me some pizza.
Hey, bro, Kendrick Lamar's pen is disgusting, man. And this is what I feared the most when Drake was actually gonna approach this clash. It's just the fact that Kendrick's pen game is out of this world. Honestly, like, he easily is by far one of the best lyricists from the same generation he came into the rap game, which is the same gen that Drake obviously came in as well, alongside A$AP Rocky, Wale, etc. But Kendrick's one of the best to do it, man, and so is Drake. But I just feel like Kendrick's pen is disgusting. But I'm not going to be biased, man. Let's take this one in, man.
The sightseer, trifecta, money, morals, and culture. That's my leisure, my visa. Passport tatted, that's your hub in Ibiza.
Yep.
Luke Cali's dwellings in Brooklyn just to book me some pizza. Who can reach us? Only God can teleport this type of freedom. God.
Only God can teleport this kind of freedom.
To book me some pizza. Who can reach us? Only God can teleport this type of freedom. God. My confession is yours. But who am I if I don't go to war?
Who am I if I don't go to war?
There's opportunity when living with loss. I discover myself when I fall short. Raise my hands to a fallen sky. I fantasize me jumping planets immortalized. I correspond. 3 angels watching me all the time. Put my children to sleep with a prayer. Then close my eyes. Definition of peace. Tell me who gon' stop me.
Bro, sometimes, like I said, it just goes over my head. You know, when you're listening to a rapper that's really rapping and you just zone out for a second because there's so many bars flying at you at a second. And I feel like he hasn't ever gotten to the deep part yet.
Jumping planets immortalized. I correspond. 3 angels watching me all the time. Put my children to sleep with a prayer. Then close my eyes. Definition of peace. Tell me who gon' stop me. I come from love. Still cover my heart. Then open me up. Remember when picked up a pen. Lyrics that I can trust. Timid soul. Staring in the mirror. Asking where I was from often.
Beats fire, man. Shout out to Taylor Swift's producer, if it is actually produced by her producer.
I know this type of power is gon' cost, but I live in circadian rhythms of a shoe shooting star. The mannerisms of Raphael, like an eel to give you art. But the industry's cooked as I pick the carcass apart. Yeah, somebody's lying.
What did he just say? I know there's something over in that line. Raphael, art, cool, Nadal references. I don't know. I actually don't know what he's talking about. I need to pull up Rap Genius straight after this one.
Don't cost, but I live in circadian rhythms of a shooting star. The mannerisms of Raphael, like an eel to give you art. But the industry's cooked as I pick the carcass apart. Yeah, somebody's lying. I can see the vibes on act. Even he looking compromised. Let's peel the layers back. Ain't no brownie point.
Everybody saw Academics' reaction to Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria diss track, and even Ack was in shock when Kendrick just went crazy at Drake, and Ack even tried to downplay it and say that Euphoria wasn't that good on his first listen, but I feel like that song grew on everyone like within the first 24 to 48 hours, man. Even for me, like when I first listened to that track, I was like, all right, it's nice, like a bit soft, but when I look back at it, like Kendrick is toying with Drake. Honestly, I feel like I said, he's came into this clash very calculated.
Carcass apart. Yeah, somebody's lying. I can see the vibes on act. Even he looking compromised. Let's peel the layers back. Ain't no brownie points will be in your chest. Harassing ant. Fucking with good people make good.
Hold on, let me.
Layers back. Ain't no brownie points will be in your chest. Harassing ant. Fucking with good people make good people go to bed. Conspiracies about cash, dog. That's not even the leak.
Conspiracies about cash, though. That's not even a leak. People behind closed doors trying to say K Dot done something with cash, though.
With good people make good people go to bed. Conspiracies about cash, dog. That's not even the leak. Find the jewels like cash, dog. I just need you to think. Are you finally ready to play? Have you ever? Let's see.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me? Fake bully, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. Can't pussy.
Everyone in your team is whispering that you deserve it. What?
You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. Can't pussy slide about it. This one is just gonna resurface.
Boy, can't TC slide out of this. Kendrick's taking. Boy, it's rude. You can't TC slide out of this beef. This is not Drake versus Pusha T. You can't just duck out of this and appear on a barbershop interview with LeBron James. You're gonna have to commit to this. And you know what? This is why I always praise Drake, because when it does come to clashing and dissing, he actually shows up every time in terms of just contributing. And for me, it's a big thing because he doesn't actually have to do it because he's at the top in terms of numbers, sales, everything like that. So the fact that he actually engages with war when it is time to go to war is a big thing for hip hop. So I gotta praise Drake for that. But mad.
Your team is whispering that you deserve it. Can't pussy slide about it. This one is just gonna resurface.
Rude.
Every dog gotta have his day. Now living your purpose. It was fun until you start to put money in the streets. They lost money cause they came back with no receipts.
It was fun. It was. He's talking about mob ties. You know, you just put money in the streets, and they come back with no receipts. Crazy, saying you got money on the streets, and no one's even coming back with nothing. Like, what are you doing this for? You should have just stuck to being a good guy.
Man. Just gonna resurface. Every dog gotta have his day. Now living your purpose. It was fun until you start to put money in the streets. They lost money cause they came back with no receipts.
Wow.
I'm sorry that I live a boring life. I love peace.
It's funny. I'm sorry that I live a boring life. I love peace. That bar's very ironic, and that was one of the main things that I actually thought about going into all of the disses, Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. I just feel like Kendrick Lamar's life is not on the internet in comparison to Drake. Like, everybody knows so much about Drake. They know what he started in as an actor in his early days as a youth, like the baby mama issue, the son being exposed, like rolling around with like Sexy Red and things like that. Like, everything is just documented for Drake. And Kendrick Lamar kind of lives I can't even say what he lives because we don't honestly know anything about him. I was gonna say he lives a peaceful life, but for all we know, he might not. He could be out getting lit all the time, and he's just got people signing NDAs. Like, literally, you don't know anything about this guy. And that's another thing where I was actually disappointed about. That's another reason, why I was actually disappointed about J. Cole kind of ducking out of this whole clash, because I feel like from what we can see on the internet, on behalf of J. Cole as well, it looks like he lives a peaceful life and nobody would really have much dirt on him. So for him to kind of just escape the beef was ironic to me as well. But yeah, interesting. I'm really looking forward to Drake's clash, because Drake's next diss, because I feel like it's a make or break. And I feel like the next round, I feel like this is definitely like, we can officially say this is round 1 now. Euphoria versus Pull Ups. This one, 616 in LA versus Tailor Made. But the next round is the round where I think we'll actually have a winner, honestly.
War ready if the world is ready to see you bleed. I live a warmer life, I love peace, but war ready if the world is ready to see you bleed. The Elohim KTW, no you can't sleep, these images trouble you. Know the wires in your circle should puzzle you. If you were street smart, then you would have caught that your entourage is only to hustle you.
If you were street smart, then you would have caught that your entourage is only there to hustle you. Wow, it's crazy. Like, you're rolling around with a bunch of gangsters, but if you were smart, you would know that they're just, you know, there for the bag, and they ain't really got the best of, it looks like they have your best intentions, but it's not really that. And if we associate to that to street culture and things like that, Kendrick's not lying in that, in terms of referring to that. But I don't know, like, I can't speak on Mob Ties. I don't know these people like that. So this is why the beef's so interesting, because a lot of people are just trying to say like Kendrick's telling the truth all the time and Drake's capping, but we don't honestly know. We don't honestly know.
Should puzzle you. If you were street smart, then you would have caught that your entourage is only to hustle you. 100 niggas that you got on salary, and 20 of them want you as a casualty.
Wow.
One of them is actually next to you, and 2 of them is practically tired of your lifestyle. Just don't got the audacity to tell you, but let me tell you some game, cause I can see you, my little homie. You playing dirty.
I can see that you're my little homie. This is what it kind of feels like. It feels like Kendrick's got so many substance in terms of the timestamps I've seen on Twitter that it correlates to so many different dates that have happened in the past. People have said it's the day that I might be wrong, but the OJ Simpson trial started. Kendrick done a show in Toronto on this specific timestamp. Like, there's so many things. It's crazy, man. I've got to check more of the like information that's out there once I do this reaction. But I had to obviously lay this one down.
With propaganda, he blow up on you. You're playing nerdy with Zach Bia and Twitter bots, but your reality can't hide behind Wi-Fi. Your little millions is losing steam. They figured you out. The first opinions is not convincing. I need a new route. It's time that you look around on who's around you before you figure that you're not alone. Ask what Mike would do.
Wow. Before you figure out that you're not alone, ask what Mike would do. I know Michael Jackson has got a song, Not Alone, You're All Alone, You're Not Alone. I can't remember the exact title, but again, he keeps referring to MJ. You know, it's funny that both of them are playing on, I think it started on First Person Shooter when Drake's obviously saying, I feel like Mike, and Kendrick on Like That's talking about, nah, like,